Warning: this podcast may contain graphic violence, sexual themes, and bad language. If our language offends you, we apologize, but we do not give a fuck. Be mindful of your kids listening.
The Evil Never Dies podcast.
During the spookiest time of the year, there are a few guidelines all ghosts and goblins should follow. Always stay on sidewalks. Never go to a stranger's house. And never go out alone.
This is the one night that all sorts of things roam free. Sorry. All these traditions.
Wait.
What?
You're supposed to keep it lit.
Why?
Ancient tradition?
Putting on costumes,
I look like I'm 5. You look great. What did we do now? We meet our dates.
jack-o'-lanterns.
Why are we here? To pay our respects to the dead?
The Halloween school bus massacre.
They started to protect us, but
What in God's name are you doing down there? Hiding bodies?
nowadays, no one really cares.
This one's still lit.
What is that?
It's them.
Oh my God.
Look at me. It's not a trick. It's real.
Tonight is about respecting the customs, not breaking them.
Hello, evil ones. Thanks for listening to the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm Brett, here with Carl. What's going on, man?
I don't know. Trying to see if I see Halloween anywhere.
See Halloween anywhere? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were naming her Buffy.
No. So, update. I was off this week and I spent almost the entire week trying to clean the damn garage. And I look and I see eyes and I'm like, goddamn possum got in the garage. How am I going to get him out of here? I looked again and it was a kitten. Well, kind of an older kitten.
Yeah, she's still a kitten.
Still a kitten, so she's tame. If anybody actually looks at her on YouTube, there she is.
Aww.
She's our new mascot, I guess. We'll have to post a picture of her. Oh, she gives kisses.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
So we now have a mascot for the Evil Never Dies podcast.
Halloween the cat.
The kitten. Yep. And she's probably going to be a part of the podcast now because she's going to crawl up on the computer right now.
Yeah, we'll be seeing her tail.
Yeah.
All right.
So what we gonna do trick or treat this week and not the shitty version that you wanted to do originally.
Yeah, I actually watched that last night and it really ain't that bad of a movie.
Well, background, I guess it was in the 80s They did this movie called Trick or Treat that had what, Ozzy as a priest in it.
Yeah, he was a priest and Gene Simmons was in it. He played a disc jockey.
And they're trying to like ban rock music. It was during the Satanic Panic, I guess. And
yeah,
well, it didn't held up well with me. Actually, I didn't like it back then. And Brett kept saying, "Let's do Trick or Treat," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "Well, the one with Ozzy?" I'm like, "No, I don't even think I own that movie. I had like a pirated DVD copy back in the day, and I think I just like threw it away. I don't know. It might be. I don't know what happened to it."
Yeah,
But
I got it on DVD.
the real
found it
Trick
in
or
the
Treater
bargain.
movie is the one we're reviewing tonight, 2007 anthology Trick or Treat, starring my buddy Sammy.
You just got a new Sammy too.
I did get a new Sammy. So, you know, this movie'd been out since 2007, and then all the spirit stores started selling these Sammy figures, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I always thought that was a cool little pumpkin kid, and shit, it's become just a cult phenomenon now.
Yep.
The whole Trick or Treat movie.
Exactly. All right.
So what do we got on it?
It was written and directed by Michael Dougherty, based on his 3-minute animated short film from 1996 when he was in college. And it was the first time to feature the Sammy.
Yeah.
Produced by Brian Singer. Cinematography by Glenn McPherson.
I didn't know Brian Singer produced that. He's a pretty big name producer in Hollywood.
Yeah, he does a bunch of the superhero movies. I
Yeah,
guess.
the X-Men. He's done the Superman Returns and stuff like that.
Which also Michael Dougherty co-wrote that Superman 4.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into that after a little bit too.
Okay.
Edited by Robert Iveson. Musical score by Douglas Pipes.
Good music.
Yeah, really good soundtrack and score. Makeup effects by Mike Fields and Shauna McGrath. Production companies Warner Premiere, Legendary Pictures, and Bad Hat Harry Productions. It was distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, which I think made this Michael Dougherty guy pull his fucking hair out of his head. Filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada in just 40 days. And premiered actually December 9th, 2007 in Austin, Texas at the Butt-Numb-a-thon.
What?
Yeah, I guess it's a movie festival down there that they play movies for 24 hours straight without stopping. They play all kinds of different films.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff go down in Austin like that, so no surprise.
And then it was shown at many other festivals along the way. And then after, Warner Brothers kept pushing it back.
Yeah, I think it had like a 2-year delay or something at one point. Yeah. Because I remember the hype over it, and it just like, well, where is it?
Yep. And Warner Brothers didn't want to release it back in 2007 because it would have been going up against Saw 4, and they didn't want the competition.
Well, Saw 4 was the Saw franchise was a monster back then, no pun intended. But
so that's why they pushed it back, and then they just kept pushing it back and pushing it back. And then finally on October 6th of 2009, they released it straight to DVD.
Yes, I remember I bought it sight unseen, I think pre-order.
Really?
Because I've been
just from the
looking forward to
trailer.
it. Yeah, I was really looking forward to it.
Well, they had like
Because
5 different trailers out for it. So
yeah, I remember I did definitely, it was on my radar and I bought it sight unseen. Damn, back then we didn't have streaming, so you either
yeah.
bought the Blu-ray or you didn't watch it.
All right. Running time on it was 82 minutes, but I seem to think it was way longer than that, dude. With everything going on in it. So
There is a lot going on in Trick or
yes,
Treat.
there is.
And it is trick or treat, not trick or treat. So there's your difference between
Trick or treat. Trick or
yeah,
treat.
trick or treat.
All right. We're gonna go over the main cast. If I went over the whole cast, it'd probably take a freaking hour.
It'd take the whole show. So let's just catch the
I'm gonna go
top
about
guys.
I'm gonna go about the half of them, which is about 12 or 13 of them. So Quinn Lord as Sammy and Peeping Tommy.
He played Peeping Tommy.
Dylan Baker as Principal Stephen Wilkins.
Weird man.
Yeah, he does a good job in everything he does. He actually played Kennedy. I think he played. Did he play JFK or did he play Bobby? I forget which one he played, but he played one of the Kennedy brothers in a movie.
It was in 13 Days. It was the movie with Kevin Costner, and I think he played JFK.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, being a Kennedy buff, I actually love that movie. So
Okay.
he goes from Kennedy to a creepy principal.
Yeah, I think in the movie he did before this, he played a pedophile though.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that movie too. They mentioned it, but I forgot to write it down. So, all right, Anna Paquin as Lori, and
Lovely lady. I always liked her, even though
yes.
she has that gap in her teeth.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I actually got her on my bedroom door from the True Blood.
True Blood. Yep.
And actually, her name for this part came from Laurie Strode from Halloween.
That's a good piece of trivia. Yeah.
And next we got Brian Cox as Mr. Krieg. Lauren Lee Smith as Danielle. And that's another ode to Halloween.
Danielle
Harris.
Yeah.
Rochelle Aytes, I guess that's how you spell it. Aytes, played Maria. Britt McKillop as Macy. Jean-Luc Biode as Schrader. I don't know. It's a French name, so
French name.
I'm not too up on my French pronunciation. So Sam Todd as Rhonda. Isabel DeLuce as Sarah. Alberto Gizzi as Chip. Leslie Bibb as Emma.
You know, at this point, I don't even know who any of these people are because I just know Sammy. I didn't even know what any of that. I do remember Principal Wilkins' name, I believe, and I think I remember Lori. But yeah, I don't even know who the rest of them are. They're just kids and werewolves and
Tamo. I guess that's how you say it. Tamo.
Just skip over the weird names, maybe.
Pennicott as Henry.
There we go.
And Brett Kelly as Charlie. You probably remember he's the curly blonde-headed kid. He was also in Bad Santa.
I love that kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
He hates the pumpkins in this one.
Yeah.
Boy, does he piss Sammy off. Ooh-wee.
Yes, he does.
Don't piss Sammy off. That's a rule here at the Count Karabi Museum, too. Don't piss off Sammy and don't piss off Robert the Doll.
All right, we're going to just go over the plot a little bit. We're not going to go over every scene and everything because it's an anthology. We're going to go over different parts of that as we go along here. So
yeah, then we'll get into a little bit of merchandise at the end as well because Sammy has become more popular than Michael Myers and Jason, I believe.
All right, like we said, it's a 4-part anthology. It's set on Halloween night in the fictional town of Warren Valley, Ohio. with all the characters crossing paths throughout the film. A lot, actually. A lot going on in this movie.
There is a whole lot going on.
With Sam being the strange trick-or-treat kid dressed up as in an orange footy pajama with a burlap sack mask, and he's supposedly enforcing the rules of Halloween. Do you know what Do you know what them rules are, Carl?
I know those rules, but it's late on the weekend, and I don't want to go over them.
Well, good thing I wrote them down then.
I know you got to check your candy. I've got the rules on the wall over here, actually, in the dark part of the. I don't even have all the lights on in here tonight. But give me the rules so I'll remember them.
Rule 1 is always wear a costume.
I do that.
Rule 2, always hand out candy.
Sometimes.
3, never blow out your jack-o'-lantern before midnight.
Well, ours are all electric, so we're good.
4, always check your candy.
Yeah.
Like you said. 5, never take down your decorations before November 1st.
Well, I don't take my decorations down year round, so I have an entire corner of Sammy, so I think I'm okay.
6, never hurt the innocent. And 7, always respect the dead.
Okay.
All right.
The innocent. I don't think anybody's innocent, so.
Not anymore, anyway.
So I guess I can't break that rule if I don't believe it.
All right, like we said, it's 4 different stories.
And they're told sort of backwards,
forwards, in between,
sideways,
here, there, every way. But basically, it's about the serial killer principal.
And by the way, I'm drinking tea tonight, so don't anybody think I just gulped a whole bunch of vodka. It was just tea. Yeah, the principal.
The Halloween school bus massacre.
That was creepy.
Surprise party. And actually, Sam goes into a little bit about Sam. So,
well, we call him Sammy. So,
all right. Got some trivia here.
Oh, I love trivia.
All right. As we said, Quinn Lord, who plays Sammy, he also plays Peeping Tommy. And first part of the opening scene, they show a kid sucking on a sucker. There's girls getting ready in dressing rooms at the Halloween store, putting on their costumes, and he's eyeballing them through the crack in the door. So that's how he got the name Peeping Tommy. All right. Most of the jack-o'-lanterns in the movie were made of foam. There was only, they said, like 10 of them that were actual real pumpkins.
Real pumpkins. Well, I can see that. Real pumpkins are kind of hard to deal with.
I couldn't find the name of the company that made these, but they're actual carvable. You can carve them.
I think they sell those at Michael's Arts and Crafts.
Okay.
But they're expensive. I always want to buy some, and then they go on discount, and then they're gone like the next day.
And there were lots of jack-o'-lanterns in this movie.
There were a lot of jack-o'-lanterns.
All right. Like we talked about earlier, it was supposed to be released in 2007, but was put back because of the starting with the release of Saw 4.
So Jigsaw knocked Sammy out of his spot.
Yep. Okay. The actors playing the kids on the school bus, actually, all of them had real disabilities or injuries.
Oh, wow.
And the costumes were actually inspired by old photos of real mentally disabled children in their Halloween costumes on Halloween night.
Wow. That's some pretty... A lot of history there, they dug into.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of homages in this movie too.
Definitely.
Also in the school bus scene, when it's first driving down the road, it passes a 1958 Plymouth Fury, like in the movie Christine.
I was gonna say that's Christine.
Yep. And that's actually a nod to John Carpenter and Stephen King. And here's another nod to John Carpenter. Mr. Kriegs, the old man, his character, the look of his character was supposed to resemble John Carpenter back in 1978.
Oh, wow.
When he made Halloween.
That's funny.
Which was basically a long-haired hippie.
Hippie dude, yeah.
If you've never seen pictures of John Carpenter back then, so.
Can I cut in for 1 second?
Sure, cut in. All
John
you want,
Carpenter
man.
is going to be at Texas Frightmare Weekend.
Going.
Exactly.
I'll wait in line for hours for that. I don't give a shit.
So I had to throw that out there.
When
John
did they
Carpenter,
announce this? I actually got my
first...
Texas Frightmare shirt on tonight.
I'm wearing the podcast shirt since the red looks so good. I like that was a great the way you did the eyes too on there, the red shirt and the red eyes. But yeah, Carpenter will be at Frightmare next year. So
did they just announce this or something?
They did this weekend.
Really?
Weekend.
Awesome. That'll be awesome.
All right, back to Trick or Treat.
All right. They couldn't use name brand candy bars in this movie because they were all poisoned and had fucking razor blades in them. So
they sell Sammy's. They sell Sammy's razor blade when it's Spirit, by the way.
So they had to make up their own wrappers for candy bars.
Sammy's is called Pay Bill.
Pay Bill?
Pay Bill.
Well, the main ones that they show in the movie are the Big Fudge Log and Holly Hose.
Oh, that's funny. There's so much tongue-in-cheek comedy in this movie that I love.
Yeah, I know. And that's not what Warner Brothers was going for in it. They were going for total horror all the way, you know, and just some of the stuff was sort of hilarious in here. So.
Yeah, it was. Like
all
the
right.
vampire.
At the opening scene of the movie where the couple get home from the parade in town, the Halloween parade, they take off their costumes in front of their house, which I don't know why.
Because they broke the rules.
They broke the rules, and
Sammy watched them.
She also, yep, he was watching from across the street or whatever. She blew out the candle in the jack-o'-lantern. They weren't there to give candy out, so
they're just pissing Sammy off.
They broke like 3-4 rules.
Don't piss Sammy off, people.
So the husband or whatever goes inside and he ends up falling asleep watching a porno movie.
Yeah, wasn't that weird?
Yeah, I know. Why? Well, when they're standing at the door, they show a shot of her ass and he's looking at her ass, so
I guess that got him happy.
Got him agitated, and
yeah.
She's like, go ahead and go inside and put the movie in, and I'll take down the decorations. So she's out there taking down the decorations, and ends up getting attacked by Sammy. Well, like,
yay!
You really don't know it's Sammy.
Not yet.
But yeah, he
got
jumps
her
out
with
of
a sucker. Yeah,
Yep.
he got her with a sucker, and the blood went everywhere.
Yep, and he had her covered with the sheet, and they went into the sidewalk where 3 kids were walking up, and they ran off. Well, if you notice, the blood-covered sheet that she's in is got mist coming off of it. They actually heated up that blood and put on that sheet so it would do that mist in the cool air.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
no
cool.
No pun intended.
All
That's some good detail right there.
Yeah, and what else do I got here? Wasn't there a Sammy video game too? I think didn't they come out with a Sammy video game?
I don't remember that.
I thought I read somewhere about it. I didn't see it in my notes, but I thought I heard something about it. That's about all I got for the trivia. When did it come out on Blu-ray? When did Scream Factory release that?
Scream Factory released that. I think it would have been 2018.
That's what I thought.
And it was it was a good addition. They, added stuff, commentary tracks and stuff that Warner Brothers did not put out.
Yeah.
I think I actually got rid of the Warner Brothers copy. I double dip. Usually I keep the Scream Factory, but it was on something called like Warner Select, which was supposed to be like a better Blu-ray than the norm, but it was pretty bare bones.
Okay. Also, they spent $12 million on this film to make it, and they utilized every dollar on it for sure. They did a good job on the effects and all the just the way they did all the scenes. It was crazy, man. You almost have to watch it a few times to catch everything.
I did watch it. When I first got it, I watched it I think 2 times in a row.
Well, I think I watch, it's one of my movies that I watch every Halloween now. So during the Halloween time, but I rewatched it again yesterday. You let me borrow the Blu-ray.
Yeah, and actually I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I see it so often. I really didn't feel the need to watch
but
it.
I noticed a lot of things in it that I didn't see, that I haven't seen in it before. I think I noticed different things in it every time I watch it.
I do for sure. Like I said, it had me because I thought there was a vampire on the loose, and it was just some wannabe. I thought that was really a throw off.
Yeah, well, and he ended up being the school principal.
The principal.
And he ended up getting eaten by Anna Paquin. So,
but just a little bit of the merchandise that's been released. Spirit, I think it was about 2020 now. Maybe it was 2019. It was pre-COVID. They put out the Sammy, the little life-size Sammy animatronic. And that was like the first thing they put out, and it sold out quick. And I managed to get one, and I'm kind of and it came with 2 heads. It's got Sammy's ugly face, his pumpkin nester face is what we call it, and then his sack face. And such a good animatronic. That thing, it runs every year. It's solid. Great animatronic.
Yeah, they also came out with the Funko Pop, the special edition.
That's what I was about to say. They've got different Funko Pops of Sammy. I've got 2 of them. They got a new one out this year, actually. He's got his razor candy in his hand.
Ah, cool. Maybe what if they got it on pre-sale? You can usually
it's already out.
Oh, is it?
I got it at Movie Trading Company. Which is a local store around here that sells about everything but movies anymore. They've sort of, it's called Vintage something, like everywhere but Texas, and I guess it was originally Movie Trading Company here, so they probably should change the name. But yeah, I found that on my little hike around last week I think it was Labor Day. They were having a sale at Movie Trading Company, but cool. They've also got the action figures of Sammy out.
Nika put one out.
Nika put one out. I've got it. Unfortunately, that stuff is so small. I think I lost this little sucker that was about not even a centimeter.
Yeah, aren't they only like 4 inches tall or something?
They are. So, but it's real.
Funko Pop's actually taller than they are.
Well, it depends. This was kind of, that's what most of my figures are. Like here's a Frankenstein. See, he's life size for the figures. He's tall. Sammy's shorter.
The 9-inch or whatever.
Yeah, but
you got a 9-inch and like a 12-inch, and then they got the smaller ones too. But
Actually, where is it? I guess it's over there with Sammy. Sammy's got his own spot in the museum. I've actually took it was my vampire corner and sort of turned it into a Sammy corner, and I'm probably going to expand it even further because a lot of the vampire stuff's got to be used in the haunt this year, and probably just going to store it after Halloween, and I'm going to make more. I'm going to expand Sammy's corner. But yeah, they had the the couple Funko Pops are out. But now they're coming out with other stuff from Trick or Treat. They've come out with like some of the mask that the kids were wearing when they were trying to scare the girl. They've got pictures. They've actually got a vintage picture of the kids from the bus, and it's in that 3D style, whatever, linear style. They got a lot of Trick or Treat merchandise. This movie has become a cult classic.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
And unfortunately, there was supposed to have been a sequel, but it never happened.
Yeah, they were thinking about doing that back in 2013, I think. And
I'm surprised.
Never got off the ground.
I bet you something happens in the next few years and it actually gets a sequel.
Yeah.
But we got an announcement to make about Trick or Treat.
Yes.
Who wants to make it? You make it. You're the host.
All right. Just about a week ago on the 2nd of September, Regal Cinemas announced on Twitter that they are going to release the film on the big screen, on their big screens. And first time it'll ever be on the big screen in over 15 years.
That's too cool.
And it would really be cool if they put it on that big anamorphic screen. That would be cool.
Around here, Regal doesn't have a big presence, so I don't even know if they have a big screen. I know the Regal we got is up in Fossil Creek, and it's a pretty rundown theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cinemark is our big place. Second to AMC, but there is a Regal up on Fossil Creek, so maybe we'll be able to catch it. Definitely would love to go.
Is that the same place? Is that the same place the Ronnie James Dio movie is going to play?
No, I don't think so. I've lost track of the Ronnie James Dio movie. I bet that thing's already sold out by now.
I don't know. We'll see. I want to go see it, so we're going to try to see it at least.
I don't know why they're only putting it out for like 2 nights. I hate that kind of crap.
They'll do that, then they'll release it on Blu-ray. You know, they will
stream. It'll come on streaming first.
Yep, streaming, and then
they're like trying to kill the Blu-ray industry, the movie companies, because they put everything on streaming like a month before it comes on Blu-ray now.
Well, they lost so much money when COVID because nobody could go see it in the theater, see stuff in the theaters. So
and they never cut the streaming dates back. So
yeah.
Or it goes on Peacock or Paramount.
Yeah, I don't know about the new Halloween too with the being on
two endings. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch one on Peacock, which I have Peacock. I have Peacock and Paramount. They're my 2 favorite streaming services at this stage. So I guess I'll fucking watch it on Peacock and then go see it at the theater. Good gimmick.
Yep.
Because Universal or Comcast,
money grab.
Actually, Comcast owns Universal and NBC, which is the Peacock. So Comcast, they're trying to really push Peacock.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of content on that thing.
Yes, there is.
So they're trying to just push Peacock with that. And they're also, like, well, a lot of people are saying maybe the movie sucks. So they know they got a sucky movie. So they're going to try to gimmick it up. And, well, we'll see it on Peacock. But now what's the other ending? We'll have to go to the theater. So it's gimmicky. But horror movies have been gimmicky since the 50s, 40s, whenever they started all the the shock seats and the skeleton jumping out. So it's just a horror movie gimmick. But Sammy will be at the theaters. I urge everybody to try to find a Regal Cinema if there's one in your area and go see the movie in the theaters. It will be epic.
Now, I have to admit, the first time I watched this movie, I thought to myself, there is way too much going on in this movie.
There was a lot going on.
It's hard to keep track of the first time you watch it. That's why I say you need to watch it probably multiple times. So just
it's
telling
sort of
y'all.
like since it's sort of sad that Saw 3 cut it out of the theater, but the first time I saw Saw, I felt the same way. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And
Yeah,
you're right. Trick or Treat, same thing.
but
So I guess the Saw would have came the first one 3 years before that, since they came out every year. So
yeah,
some good movies coming out back 15 years ago.
yep, yep.
So what
All
else
right,
we
you got
to
anything
add?
else about Sammy or?
Just that we got at the museum celebrate Sammy. He's our
Yep.
hero. We've even got Ugly Face Sammy now. Pumpkin Nestor, we call his daddy's Pumpkin Nestor of Spirit Halloween fame. You know who Pumpkin Nestor was?
Pumpkin Nestor.
He was this big, huge ass pumpkin man on a swing.
Oh, okay,
And he
yeah,
insulted the shit out. I mean, it was some really bad insults. He'd swing back and forth, but they all
Yep.
broke. Every one of them things broke. So it
Yep.
became kind of another cult item that the Pumpkin Nestor. So
Yeah,
this year,
I remember him hanging in the front in the display when they
yeah, he was
came
probably
out.
broke when you saw him.
Probably.
So we say that Pumpkin Nestor must be Sammy's dad because Sammy's got a Pumpkin Nestor face. That's why he wears a sack. It's ugly. We don't like Sammy's ugly face. We like his sack, his mask, whatever you call it. Sammy, for those who don't know anything, is a pumpkin boy. Literally, he's a pumpkin underneath.
Yep, half pumpkin, half skull.
Yep.
So
That's all I got to add. I just glad we did this movie as a precursor to the Halloween season, which we're
yeah,
fully
it
in
was
now.
a
We're actually
good one to throw out there for the start of the Halloween season for sure.
well, we should have started it about 2 weeks ago, but we've been having
Yeah.
a lot of issues dealing with the haunted house and dealing with floods after it didn't rain for 6 months and
Yeah,
backs going out and not feeling so great. So we're just kind of
Yeah.
getting this is the start of our Halloween season on the Evil Never Dies podcast. So
so
probably from now to Halloween we'll be doing, more Halloween themed stuff.
yeah,
Since we're already a horror and heavy metal show, it's kind of hard to, but
exactly.
we'll do it.
We'll
That's
get her
all I
done.
got. So what are you gonna give Trick or Treat?
I am gonna give it 4.5 devil horns, man, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot.
One of the
Now that
best
I've watched it.
anthologies ever.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I think it's the best horror anthology ever. It beats the shit out of Creepshow.
Yeah,
It's better
yeah.
than Tales from the Dark Side.
I know a lot of people who might differ with your opinion on that, but I'm gonna have to go
Creepshow's
with you
got
on
some
that.
Creepshow's got some pretty bad episodes in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Trick or Treat is my favorite horror movie anthology. That even dates back to the 50s and 60s when they did them all the time. Because usually there's one weak one in it, not in Trick or Treat. And they all interlace, the whole story interlaces.
Yep.
And it all revolves around Sammy, my buddy.
Yep.
And with that, I'm gonna give Trick or Treat 5.
5.
5 bloody hatchets. Or 5 pumpkin heads. That's what I'm gonna call it this week.
All right.
5 bloody monster suckers, Sammy suckers.
Sammy suckers.
Well,
Sammy
they're not
slasher
monsters.
sucker.
They're actually they're pumpkin suckers. They're not monster suckers.
Yep.
So I give it a 5 because it's become one of my favorites. I could watch that movie every day and not get bored with it, probably.
And probably find something new in it watching it.
I think we said there may be a 4K release coming on it too. So
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm gonna have to get me a 4K TV. My
yeah,
my 15-year-old plasma's
dying off.
starting to get a big line down the middle of it. So
Well, I miss plasma TVs myself. They were the best.
well, this thing ain't done me good, man. It's an old LG, and I paid like $800 for it when it first came out. Gamers still would kill for they love the plasma because of the dark on it, I guess.
Yeah, you don't get a good dark. Luckily, with my TV I got over here,
You got that gaming mode on it where
I
it puts
got
the
the
darker
Vizio,
screen
and the
on.
Vizios seem to be darker than Sony's and Samsung's. But now they got a newer one that I think you can actually get dark colors on.
Yeah.
They keep changing TVs every year. It's crazy.
Yep.
But
And
anyway, I'm gonna give Sammy 5 stars because I don't want to make Sammy mad either. But I legitimately think it is a 5-star movie.
all right. Well, I think that's all we got for Trick or Treat. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you learned a little something with these tidbits I gave you there.
Yeah, a little bit of a new
Trivia.
format for movie reviews from us. We're not going to go through the whole plot anymore.
Yeah, because a lot of people haven't seen these movies that we review, so
Yeah.
we'll give people a chance to watch them. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Check us out on social media. Leave us a review, a rating, review. I was looking, over 40% of our listeners are on Apple. So
Apple's our format.
it's not hard. You can just click right there on the episode and you can leave a rating and a review. So,
And that's the most important thing you could do for us
yeah,
right there.
that gets us up there in that algorithm, you know. So, if you would do that for us, it would be very much appreciated. That's all we got. Thanks, everybody. And
thank you from Sammy.
Thank you from Sammy. And Sammy says, stay evil, everybody.